what's going on, watch nerds? Well, here we are again. Gonna do something totally different. I got this watch for nothing. Well, yeah. It's crappy. The only thing I actually like about it is the dial. I mean, I don't mind that dial. It's actually even a textured dial, so. Yeah, I figure I'm gonna try and save it. It's running, but I don't know how anybody used these stupid old crowns. It runs, the date moves, the date wheel does not. And I can run it around and the date turns, but yeah, I don't, it's hideous. I don't like this watch. And these folded links are just, yeah, it's not the 70s anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart, put a new movement in it, and put it in a new case. And I figure we got some strap options, so we'll figure it out from there. But this thing smells horrible. Must have come out of a smoker's home. I've touched it too many times. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then put some finger cots on, and we'll dig into this. All right, so yeah, like I said, this watch is just pooched. Was at one time a really nice watch. I'll never understand the folded link. Yeah, I guess it's just a way to save money on materials, but I still don't understand. It's a horrible design. But we're gonna get rid of this, and yeah, I'm so happy to be getting rid of this. I'm not saving any of this. I'm not gonna try and salvage it. It's unfortunate because it was a very nice watch at one point, and you know, somebody had it engraved for someone, as you can see here. It's a watch from the early 70s. I think it's a 73. I'm pretty sure anyway. We'll take a look at the case back here. So, if I remember correctly, Seiko, the first two numbers are the year and the month, and the last four are just gobbledygook, known only to Seiko themselves. So, going by the 7 and the 3 would be a 67 or a 77. I'm going to guess 77. And the 3 would make it March. All right, now we've got it open. And as you can see, decades worth of wrist cheese. No, I'm not even going to clean it up. I don't even care. But movement inside, in case anybody's curious, is a Seiko 7009A. And yes, it is from the 70s. This was the predecessor to the 7S26. Now what I'm doing here is pulling and pushing in the crown so that I can locate the little clutch lever that you need to push to remove the crown. If you can see there, it's hidden down below. This one was hard to find, but push it, pull the crown, just like any other. Ew. So after cleaning all the crap out of there, I make sure to remove the hands as carefully as possible, making extremely sure that none of you can see what the hell I'm doing. I'm actually going to reuse these hands, so they're not in, they're not in bad shape, and they match the dial quite good. So Gonna put these aside and move on. Now to get the dial off of the movement, see these little screws here? It's like a little pinch screw. So you just need to rotate it, put a half a turn, and it'll move away from the dial foot. Now I'm just grabbing a movement holder here, just so I don't mar up the dial and holds the movement for me properly. And of course, spot on today with the shitty camera angles. So here, I'll get rid of this for you, but you know what we're doing. And after you do that, one on either side, you can easily remove the dial from the movement. And it comes with a dial spacer, as you can see underneath the dial there. And that's it. That's it for this old movement. Just keeping the dial and the hands. So just a cool little find underneath the dial, 72. Stamped right there. I know the watch is from the 70s, but I'm pretty sure it's from the late 70s. I don't know if this is a dial from a different model, or maybe they had it made in 72 and it just sat on a shelf until they put it into something. Curious. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. I'd love to learn more. So, next up, I need to mount this dial on the new movement. But of course, dial feet will not match. I was kind of thinking maybe one would, but no luck. That's all right. We've done this before. Snip, file, and we're good. All right, so now that the dial is all taken care of, we need to work on how to secure it to the new movement. And for that, we are going to use dial dots. What are dial dots, I hear some of you asking? These are dial dots. They're little pre-made, like 3M stickers, I guess you could call them. So they're all cut up like this, and I've had this sheet or two sheets for years already. Dial dots installed. Next up, get the dial on the movement. Now, again, not rocket science. Just make sure that the pinion is centered in the hole in the middle and your date is lined up with the crown. That's the easiest way to do it. Line that 3 o'clock marker up to the stem. Once you're happy with your alignment, then it's definitely a good idea to take it for a bit of a spin. Make sure everything is functioning properly, turning over correctly, before moving on to the next step, which is hands. Now I know it might look like the day wheel is misaligned here, but don't panic. That's only because the date has just clicked over, and the day wheel takes about an hour, hour and a half or so to click over. Now for the minute hand, I always find it's better, well, at least for myself, in my own experience, to, when setting the minute hand, I always set it about a minute ahead, like I'm doing here. The movement's already clicked over, so things jiggle when it happens. I typically find if I do this, it'll be set better somehow. Just seems to be the way it works. Maybe it's that I don't know how it works. It's just magic, but it seems to. So now, minute hand set, everything's lining up good. Got to take it for a spin and make sure it's turning over where we want it to. And dollars to donuts, I bet you we're pretty bang on. Bing pot. Now doing the second hand for me is a little bit different again, because I find it easier to put the second hand onto the movement with my left hand and press it down with my right hand. I'm not honestly sure why I've picked up this habit, but so far it's become a habit and it works pretty good. So work with it, not against it. However, I do find it a bit of a pain in the rear end trying to work around the camera set up like this. It's not typically how I would do this, but I can still get it done. And now the moment of truth. We're ticking away like a champ. Looking good. I really like this dial. I don't know why. I mean, it's a crappy old watch, but it's a sharp dial. I love the font on these numerals too. But anyway, carrying on. Now, I've had this case kicking around for a little while. Don't even remember where I got it from, but it just seemed to be perfect for this project. And the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking I made the right choice. So now we just need a stem. Now this is one of those perfect examples as to why you should always keep your miscut stems. Because I had one that was super short and it actually worked perfect for this watch. Like, to the point where it makes me wonder if it was the stem that I had used for this case at some point. But anyway, whatever. It worked perfectly. So now we just need a case back gasket and a case back. And next step, strap. Alright, I dare y'all to tell me that doesn't look sharp. I know it's a brown dial, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but honestly, I think that's pretty damn gorgeous. I don't know, it's like a chocolate milk kind of dial. Mocha, I don't know. It's gorgeous. Some strange reason I really like it, but whatever. I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. So, everything's tickety-boo, turning over good. I just need to figure out the strap. Now I have two options. I have a NATO that I dug out that has a silver, like a silver stripe and a gold stripe. And I thought that might look a bit sporty and look a bit sharp. You know, kind of pick up both those colors, the silver from the case and kind of the gold in the hands and stuff, but just not really feeling it. I mean, yeah, it looks all right, but just not feeling it. Now I also have this brown leather strap, just plain brown leather strap. And if I can figure out how to put the stupid thing on, we'll be ahead of the game. But this plain strap, I think, is going to be the cat's behind. The bee's whiskers, all of that good stuff. And already, as soon as I'm putting on, one half of the strap, it's looking, that's much more gooder. This is actually a really nice case. So, nice lines, nice shape to it. Without a doubt, I need to try it on. There's nothing for loom on this thing. The hands and little pips around the edge. So not even any point in giving you guys a loom shot. But I'm actually kind of impressed with the way this thing turned out. I wasn't really sure. Didn't have overly high hopes. But turned out quite nice. Got to throw it on the wrist and see how it looks. Alright, well this is a pretty stiff strap, but other than that, that looks damn sharp. I'm actually really happy with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because, I don't know, I'm really surprised by that. Didn't have high hopes, like I said, and now I'm really happy. I have a brown watch. Cool, everybody. Cheers. Love y'all. See you next time.